Excellent. I think we're live everywhere. It works again. That's amazing. Excellent. I think we're live everywhere. It works again. That's amazing. Excellent. I think we're live everywhere. It works again. That's pretty awesome. What's up, guys? It's Shaggy over at Shaggy's Consulting and Training, as if you didn't know. I see that we're popping in all over the place. It's nice that they got our software fixed. I was going live on different platforms to get to more people, but Eva Mux and Meta, I guess, having their problems. It's the way it works. It's always up and down and everything. Sometimes it's technology, sometimes it's freight, sometimes it's the whole trucking business, sometimes it's broker. It's everything, right? What's going on, guys? Hey, I hope you guys are having a really great week. So I wanted to come on. It's like normal, like coffee with Shaggy. Here's coffee, man. And we're really busy over here. I hope you guys are too. We're moving loads and we're setting up. We have some people coming in. We brought in Angie and a couple other 3 people to help William do more sales calls so we can get more freight for the group. We're like working really hard with sales cars to add to our customers. And we got our operations going with Dan and Isaiah, so they got all the fundamentals of tracking and tracing and moving and keep preventing fraud. We're trying not to put any of our freight on the load boards directly with carriers. It's weird too because when you start out, like it's crazy because when you're doing all the prepaying to get credit built, it's nuts. You got to have all that cash in the bank. That's stupid. A lot of stuff goes on when you open a new brokerage and you're building your credit and working with these companies that you didn't even think about when you first started. You know what I mean? Like in your business plan of hey, I took this class and hey, I open a brokerage now and hey, I got customers. Hey, I got lumpers. Hey, this guy gets laid over. The customer don't care and he wants to ban. All this stuff. You got to have money to cover to get the situation done just to make a little profit. It's amazing the things that you get to experience when you actually have your own brokerage and you're doing it. Not because I've done them before, but with other people. So how are you guys doing? Like I said, my name is Shaggy. We have Shaggy's Compliance and Safety and a bunch of different companies that we're working really hard on building with a team of people. Logistics, the brokerage, the compliance. We're doing monitoring stuff and safety meetings with drivers and all kinds of cool stuff right now. This industry is so up and down. I want to start off in the video and let you guys know that if you guys have a brokerage or a trucking company, or maybe you guys have, maybe you're doing, maybe you're dispatching, whatever it is. If you guys are having trouble with anything that's going on, or you just need somebody to review your company or go over what you're not doing, or maybe just to find out why you're not selling customers. Maybe it's your script or your verbiage. Maybe it's recruiting. Maybe it's safety plans. All these different things that we have going on. If you just want to spend some time to review, give me a call. Let's spend like 15, 20 minutes just discussing what we may or maybe we can't do with your company. It doesn't hurt to pick up the phone and get advice or get a little question or get some questions and answered from somebody. You know what I mean? And see a lot of people go through these videos and hear us talk and make the call, pick it up. It doesn't hurt to ask for help. It's like that crisis 911 hotline, 812-870-2039. Dial that number, and give us a call when we'll be glad to help you. I can't really, if you guys are popping in the comments, please say hello, like, share the page. One of the things right now I wanted to talk about, like coming today, is like another announcement we have too before I get into my topic of customers and the difference of why you opened your trucking company and why the brokerage is so important, right? That's what we're going to talk about today, those 3 things: getting customers, the trucking company itself real quick, just different fundamentals, and the brokers that you're working with. And basically building a product because it's rough right now, right? It's really tough. And markets we had before aren't there. Customers' volumes are down. Things are happening. It's just a lot, right? And everything's still expensive. Everything's still high. It's weird because we live in a world where you either open your trucking company and grow it, add on trucks, you're getting customers, you're buying trailers, you're adding owner operators, and you're servicing them with other carriers, and you're running a company, right? Or you're growing right now. You see it everywhere. Like people are still doing stuff. And the other ones, they're just like, I'm going back to fucking Wendy's. I'm going back to this place. I'm done. Yeah, I just wanted to get out here, get rich, and make a paycheck. You mean there's work involved? You know what I mean? But on Mondays, every Monday, guys, just a little announcement. Every Monday at 2 o'clock Eastern time, we got a go-to meeting link rolling around on my page in my group on Instagram. These different places where we're going to be doing safety meetings and webinar demos of our new software for compliance and safety. So we invite you guys to come. The first 30 minutes will be a demo of the software, and the next 30 minutes will be tips on what you should do on safety and compliance, recruiting, hiring, product building, safety plans, lease agreements, hiring questions, PSP stuff, things going on, all that stuff, why you can't retain drivers, all that good stuff, right? If you guys have any questions at all, just say hi. Jump into the chat, hit the comments. Let me know you're there so I can know the software is working. Is it working? Is everything working? Can you guys hear me on Facebook? Is anybody on YouTube? Because I don't see any comments. I know I don't suck that bad. All right, cool. There is people here. Yay. Excellent. All right. So the question is today is why did you start your trucking company again? Because we always keep going back to this thing. Why did you start your trucking company? What are you going to do with it, right? Because like you're either a one truck authority or you're an owner operator, right? Both are the same. They just think they're different, right? One is a carrier with one truck. One is an owner operator. So what are you going to do with your business, right? And then how are you going to make money? We always talk about this, right? The first part is the story. Who's involved? Why are you doing this? What's the risk? What's the liability? And then how much is your cost of operations? And then where are you going to make this money? Are you going to make it on the load boards? Are you going to make it with C.H. Robinson? You got to do J.B. Hunt Menards. You're going to go lease your 20 trucks on with Tyson's and let them do it. You're going to do it FedEx. Now, are you going to build a local dedicated regional route and go out and find customers and drop off business cards and let them know you're available with your one truck or your two trucks? I mean, are you going to be an owner operator that when you're leased on gets customers and gives it to the company you're leased to? So hopefully they'll pay you a commission for doing a really good job giving them a new lead? Or what are you going to do? You know what I mean? Like, what is your plan as an owner operator? I mean, because I always ask, you became an owner operator to be home on weekends, make a paycheck, have a life, be better in the industry than what you were. But now you're just dictated to a breakdown. You're dictated to the freight markets of the guy that gives it to you. You can't add on other owner operators to help you get $1,000, $2,000 a week each truck to be able to diversify when your truck can't work. Same thing with the one truck authority, right? Because this is like the stuff that you do in your business plan when you think of why you open an authority. Because when the market changes, maybe your product's staying local, but the other four guys are running regional, and you got more freight regional than local, and they're making you $5,000 a week. Well, park your truck. Frank G says, I plan to fish. The rest just falls into my lap. No work, no effort. Just dumb luck. I wish it was like that, right? And that's what Frank's getting ready to talk about next week is the difference between the authorities and stuff like that, which is important because I don't think anybody ever thinks about any of this stuff, right? So you're a one truck guy out here in this business. So, you get some good brokers that are feeding you and you need a little diversity. So the first thing you buy a truck, think it's a great idea. Well, now you're an investor. You went from being an owner-operator or a one-truck authority to an investor because now you have other people to take care of. It wasn't just a business plan to make $1,000 or so. I mean, how much did you schedule to make? Because now you added $2,000 more a week or more to what you need to make more than yourself because you thought it was a great idea to add on a truck to make $1,000. But when the truck doesn't run, where's all the money? What covers the bills? You got customers? Are you dictated by brokers? Are you going to get out and, I mean, your truck ain't running, your truck's running. You only got so much money you can make a week. So what are you doing? What was the idea? And everybody always asks, half the people out there that are 1, 2, 3 truck, 5 trucks, 10 truck companies that are yelling about brokers. I mean, you need to be one too, because if you have your authority and you go to customers, how will you maintain those customers legally without being able to keep the freight off the boards and find other carriers to help you solve problems that the customer, I mean, is every customer just going to do 3 loads with Jimmy? That's all he needs. I mean, they love arranging payments for 85 carriers because all the 85 carriers can only do 1 load a week. That's not how it works. So why do we have broker? Legally help control the freight. No? Is that not it? Why are we so confused that it's the other way around? Because you have to have the trucks, right? You have to be able to control the trucks. You know, you think about that, about the point of the brokerage, and then you think about the liability, the risk, the claims, to have to prepay loads, and all this stuff that's going on that we're sitting here experiencing right now. I wonder how many people are prepared for that before they started. Like literally, like they're like all the calls you have to do. Then you get the shippers, and they don't want to load your trucks on time, and your carriers are mad. You've never even been in trucking before. You just don't know, wonder why. You're just like, why didn't they just pick it up, deliver it? Why does there always have to be problems? You know, right now it's so hard, right? In this business to like get ahead because 1 minute you're doing this, 1 minute you're doing that, there's a problem there. Freight chasing doesn't work. You called 100 customers. None of them are adding anything on right now. You don't know how to go out door to door. And in most carriers, if you don't plan past tomorrow right now, let alone 2 years, right? We don't have no plan. We're just mad about everything. Upset. Pissed off. The government did it. But then you go look at yourself. If I was a customer or a broker and I needed you in freaking Columbus, Ohio, or San Antonio, Texas, or Dallas, or Idaho, or wherever. If you're not in my database system and I don't personally know you, and I don't know what you need or want, because you only look at today and tomorrow, but my projects are a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or a month out, how would I find you to offer you the freight? You're all over the place. How many trucks do you have? How many trailers can you drop? I mean, I know you fill out a ton of broker packets and they call you, but do you really know what you want? And are you really building relationships? And are you really doing it over and over? And is servicing the area where you live and dropping off stuff and running your trucking company? Or are you just going from load to load and filling out broker packets and hoping it works? What's up, guys? Welcome. What are you doing? Like between 12 and 4 every day, how many do brokers and how many customers do you attempt to call and offer your volume to help them solve problems? What's up, Mad Max? How many? And and then you think about it. If you were to land that customer, what would you do with them? Do you even freaking know? Well, I'd definitely pull freight. But there's more than that. Like, how are you going to service them? What are you going to do for the loads that the other guys are doing to go to places you don't want? So you can get the freight that you want. Because the guy that had it before you don't want to give it up. Or vice versa. Maybe it's a broker that the customer's tired of sending in people that can't back up, drive, or speak English. No offense. Just saying. Maybe it's a broker that sells the rates so cheap so everybody drops off of them and they can't get trucks in there now because they all, the market, right? So if that opportunity comes in front of you, are you going to keep passing it up or are you going to take it? Like you're on the phone with these people that tell you that they have a customer, they're bidding, they're quoting, or all this stuff, but you leave it on the table. Your drivers go on receivers, where receivers are offering an opportunity for you, but you don't take the opportunity. You just keep working for the brokers. You know what I mean? And on brokers' side, if you're trying to sell customers all day long, banging out phone numbers like crazy, and you're not getting out in person and going, and you're not utilizing the relationships with the carriers so you can do something when you get them, you're in trouble. And the sad part about that is most of your carriers that have 75 trucks or less can't sell themselves anyways because they can't get along with the guy next to them. So why not become the salesperson for them? I'm not talking about outsourcing everything to some lady that calls you up on Messenger and Instagram and says she has access to hundreds and hundreds and 400s of trucks. I'm talking about finding carriers, finding their problems and taking those problems to the customers because all the customers want is assets. But we don't know how to talk to the guys to get past what lanes do you have, you know? Well, we didn't do no research. We just got on a checklist and went down and we're going to go work with this company called Nucor. Well, what lanes do they have trouble with? Because we run this area. I don't know what lanes they're having trouble with. I haven't even got a list yet, but I'm going to go to them, you know? Come on, guys. Be smart about what you're doing. Understand what they make, what they manufacture, how they drop their trailers. Do they do live load? Do they have their own trucks to customers? And then find out do they work with brokers and carriers and what size. And then go find those people and start putting the dots together. My phone's going crazy. Why is the confusion with the five or whoever's watching? Why is the confusion of the customer so scary to people to go ask for work? We do it all the time. That's my question. Why is the customer so scary? You guys tell me. I want to know. Type it in the comments. Why is the customer to ask for a customer? You'll go to a broker, but to ask for a customer, I mean, I get it if you're a one-truck authority and you're owner-operator. You're scared, you're out there, you're running. If you're trying to stay ahead of the game, you're one breakdown away, you're paying a dispatching service you can't afford. I get it. Or maybe you can. But why is asking for the customer, or is everybody so worried like there's this big laser that comes down and cuts your fucking balls off? That's like the question. Why is having a business plan, Mad Max says, people intimidated? Why? Why are they intimidated? I mean, because if you could talk truckingese and you understand your product, your trailer, your truck, and you understand the maps, the seasons, the lanes, and you understand where everything's going, you're in trucking, you should be able to talk the walk. Why would you go to customers you can't talk about? I mean, you know what they manufacture. You know how many buildings or locations they have. You see their volume. You know they have drop trailers. They have trucks in the door. You see FedEx yellows to their LTL. You see big companies in their parking lot with JB and Schneider. Well, now you know they're probably both, and they work with bigger guys. Or you see a bunch of no-name people that are mom and pops, and but you don't see no trailers in the parking lot and only live load. Then they probably maybe work with either all carriers direct or they work with the brokers because of the way you see the different styles in there. You look at that product, right? So why is the customer, you walk in shipping and receiving all day long. It may have to do with breaking the contract by networking with the customer that you come in time with. That's a great question. What is the fear of it? Like if you're doing a one and done load, number one, were we talking about when you deliver the load and for a broker and you're standing in that receiver and you just back solicit? Or are we talking about actually going out, understanding the people, understanding the customers, and asking for their business? Because if you go to a customer and you don't understand how to help them, don't be walking in that customer and look like you're stupid. Speaking from being a one truck owner operator. That is right. So one truck guys have the hardest problems. It's not even the back solicit part. When you're a one truck guy and you go in as a one truck guy and you don't have no plan more than a one truck guy, I mean it's customers aren't stupid guys. I mean like they're not dumb. They've been doing this business longer than some of us have. So it's like what the first question is I mean what are you going to do with one truck? Now, some of the largest brokers in the United States, or probably the world, have only one or two trucks. I hear stories about it all the time. But what are you going to do? Like, how are you going to talk to represent them bigger? I mean, you got to sell yourself. It's not back soliciting. It's the part, how are you going to do better? If the guy before you that you're trying to knock out's doing 100 loads a week, what's your one truck company going to do for that company? Not that much capacity hurts. You know, you think that too, but you see warehouses getting built, grocery stores are still full, products still moving, farmers are still getting seed, windows are being made, houses are being built, shingles are still moving. What kind of product are you looking for with one truck? Are you like running a 150-mile radius around Indianapolis? Are you running every day from Indianapolis to St. Louis and then staying there if you need to, then bouncing and coming back and doing like a 100-mile run plus a 200 to 300-mile run and making $1,500 a day staying local? Or, you know, you talk about capacity. Are we talking about capacity on the load board or capacity on ecarriercheck.com where there's 75,000 brokers and God knows how many customers that are out there that can't find you? Which capacity are we talking about? Because if I was constantly selling a product where I was at all the time, and you're like, here's the next question. Well, how do I do that with one truck when I can only cover one truck's worth of freight? I get it, right? So everything we have to do sometimes, we have to learn to find volume. If I can find volume, I offer in volume even though I don't have it, then I can, one, build my truck income because I know what I have. And number two, I could go to that. Like if I can find that load from St. Louis going to Indy for Wednesday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, or whatever, or find 25 brokers with those same lanes, and I can do it, you're like, well, can't you switch to that once you find it? Or is there some laser that's going to chop your nuts off if you try to network ahead? A lady told me one time, why would you want to bother people when you don't have trucks? So I can find out what I need. Capacity in having trucks, because I come across a lot of contracts, but I don't have the trucks to fill them. You know, that's funny. So are we talking about as you as a carrier can't find enough owner operators? Are we talking about you as a broker looking for carriers to move for your customers? Are we talking about a dispatching service that's got brokers that are giving them freight and you need carriers to pull? Let me ask real quick. Or if you're a one truck authority, add owner operators. If you're a one truck authority, get the relationship with those brokers you're having and find the carriers that don't want to do the work and work with them because they won't do it themselves. There's a dime a dozen right now. Okay, so are you an owner operator? Are you leased to a carrier? Because I can't see names on here. It just says Facebook user. So are you a one truck authority, like you have your own MC number, or you're an owner operator? Because I can't until you accept this EvaMux thing. I can't like see anything. Oh, Mark Charles. Hey, what's up, man? So like if you're an owner operator, right? Like what I would do, like so if you're an owner operator, you're out there and you're actually building these relationships with customers, but you're an owner operator leased on, then give me a call because that's like with our brokerage with Isaiah and Dan, we're working with people like Bryn Swall. Own authority, okay. So like even with sometimes like with this brokerage I've opened Shaggy's Logistics Associates, one of the funnest things is I always used to teach everybody else to network. Oh, your own authority. Okay. So same way with your authority. So if it's your own authority, Mark, then you need to diversify. Like if you're getting these lanes, and so like let's say I live in Indianapolis, for example. and I need to go to Charlotte. And then I go from Charlotte to Cleveland back to Indianapolis. So let's say I go and I draw a circle around all three of those places and I run it regularly. So like I have my own authority and I know for a fact that I can make 75 to 8,000 with my truck every week. And now I'm starting to find these gigs where I can do more than that. So that's the key. So if you can do more than that and you consistently do it, that's called product, right? Now, the idea of it is with the one truck authority, when these guys are offering it to you, are you going to do it through brokers or are you going to go and make the call and get the second thing? Well, you have two choices. One, you can either add on owner operators or buy trucks, or you're going to add the brokerage to your company separately and just use those the relationships and find other carriers and dispatch them and broker them. Either way, you have a problem, because if you have a one truck authority, you're already trying to expand like this, Mark. You can either hurry up and get the three owner operators, give or take, so you can duplicate what you need to get the hell out of the truck so you can actually run your business and do something with it. I work out of the Virginia Ports Power Only's channel and find dedicated lanes. Not as hard as you think, but the problem still comes back to what are you going to do with it. So now, we got so much to talk about. You just need to set up some time and call me, because just because you run the ports doesn't mean the rest of your company has to. That's something you chose for you, not me. You opened an authority to do something with it. Well, obviously we have to take care of ourselves first. So Mark needs to run, get home, and he wants to try to stay local probably for repairs. He just started out. You have no diversity. It's just you. If you break down, you got to pay for it. But your point is you don't have to just do ports in a 300 to 500 mile radius of Virginia. There's so many other opportunities. There's customers with trailers. There's all these different things. But when you have a one truck mindset and not a business plan of being more than one truck to paint that image, and you can't go and look for that type stuff. So you have to start networking like you're bigger than you are, so you can find the opportunity to provide that to people and grow. And everybody says in this market you can't do that, but you can. You just got to be willing to do the work, receive the calls, keep up with the networking, and it'll come. I call it learning to make the second call. It's like that day where you get that phone call and that broker that you may or may not be set up with calls you up because he's hired by some guy and he's an account rep that all he knows is to do what he's supposed to do, and he calls you up and tells you the name of the customer, the volume they have, that they're literally bidding it, so they're taking quotes. You know what I mean? They're bidding it, so they're taking quotes, and you're like, well, it's back soliciting. Well, I'm not even set up with this guy. You already told me the name of the place, that they do shingles, that they're located right here, and that his company don't have trucks. And he told me the volume. This guy just told me everything, and they're quoting it. Like he's taking it, and you're like, are you the only one quoting, or is there other brokers? Well, I think there's other brokers and some carriers too, but you're right down the street. I don't know. Just keep giving your money away. I don't know what the scary part of customers, guys, is. You keep telling me. We got a few more minutes on here. My manager says I'm allowed to do 30 to 45 minutes, and we're kind of staying on topic. Why is it so hard for people to understand what to do with customers and understand how to get them? It's not the part about getting customers. It's the operations of moving them, right? Right? Why is it so scary? Why is it so hard that we have the mentality that we have to use dispatching or we have to only work with brokers? We're so hard up to work with brokers, we allow ourselves to get frauded, double brokered, we're chasing freight, whatever pays. I just don't understand. If you go directly to the customer, you're still going to get crap. At least you cut out the double party, right? Like you're going direct. So when he tells you, at least you're talking to that guy. It's not like it's always going to be pretty. So if we are one truck authority, what is our plan to go from there? Will we add owner operators? Will we buy equipment and lease it to them through financing? Will we find guys that have their own equipment and bring them on because we're able to network and build the freight that they won't do? Will we go after the customers? You can write it down. I'll tell you what it is. It's 812. It's 812. Oops, sorry. Wrong one. 812-870-2039. It's actually in the top of the comments. 812, or you could go to shaggyconsulting.com and check us out. We go live all the time. Check out our Facebook group, Shaggy Consulting and Training Group. Set up a call. Give us a call. If you're a new authority, you're a broker, you're a dispatching, even a dispatching service. And I've felt so bad for those poor guys for all the lack of training they got, what they really don't know. These guys that all they do is sell percentages to 30 different people, hoping one books a load a week. I get it, man. It's frustrating. It sucks, right? So do something about it. Figure out why you're here, and why you're not understanding the whole part of the business, why you have no vision, why you're leaving money on the table, why you're scared to go after customers, why you're scared to put on owner-operators because they might come over and screw up your authority, but you're not even doing your authority right in the first place when you really look at it because you only did your orientation for like 2 hours too. And if you were in a freaking crash tomorrow, you couldn't guarantee you would make it out without a lawsuit either. I'm just saying, so like whatever you're having trouble with or things that you need, things that you need to do, or if you need calls or you need compliance and safety, you need help, well, just come and talk. Let's help. We're always here for you at my group. We try to do these videos to inspire you guys, to get you motivated. We have let's talk. Let's compliance, safety, drug testing, FDA, insurance, equipment, renewals coming up, adding owner-operators, recruiting. You need me to do applications and calls with you. We have a monitoring program. We're doing demos on software every Monday and safety training at 2 Eastern. The link's going around. All kinds of good stuff going on, man. And we're still looking for 4 or 5 other people that want to come in part-time and just do commission-based sales where we train you and teach you how to do it. If you guys are interested, call the same number that's in the chat. Guys, have a really good day, and if I go more longer than 32 minutes, my manager's going to beat me up. So my name is Shaggy. I'm Shaggy. You guys can find me on Facebook under Anthony/Shaggy Coke. But, so my website, shaggyconsulting.com. We own Shaggy's Logistics and Associates with our brokerage, Shaggy's Solutions Compliance and Safety. And then we also have Shaggy's Consulting and Training and SLA Dispatch. So we have quite a few companies that we're working with, and we're really trying to build a network to help you guys out. Be good. See you guys later. Check you out Friday.